I fell off of a ladder and I broke my neck. I lay in the hospital paralyzed from the neck down. Could not move. But I heard the voice, fight for your right to be the best. They had to operate on me to ever give me a chance to walk again with a 50-50 chance. They wheeled me into the surgery and Dr. Stephen Haynes says to me, you have anything you want to say before we put you under? I said, it's fourth quarter, fourth down, 1 second left. We're on a 1-inch line. Don't screw it up. That's what I told him. Well, when I got out of the hospital, this became my new home. And I thought about my brother living in the penitentiary for more than 20 years in a 6x6 cell. Well, this is a 1 foot by 6 inch cell. And I was never more depressed in my entire life as I lay flat on my back and I thought, will I ever be able to do this again? And I thought, this is really great, a motivational speaker that's depressed. That really works out well. And Dr. Haynes came into the room and put the family out and he says to me, I have a lot of patients that could use their arms, but they will never lift those arms again because they won't go through the process of therapy. I have a lot of people that could walk, Desi, but they'll never walk again because they won't go through the A, B, C, D painful process of therapy. What are you going to do? In the background, that voice, my dad, fight for your right to be the best. It was at the YMCA on 9th Street in downtown Minneapolis where I did my rehab. And I'm telling you, I couldn't even lift 2 pounds. Can you imagine? I couldn't even do this. That's how we started out. And a friend of mine came and got me every single day. And I still remember how nice everyone was there at the club to encourage me that I could make it on days when I didn't even want to come there. You got to fight for your right to be the best. I started off trying to raise my arm, and this one would go down, and this one became stronger first. And so I'd wash my face like this and brush my teeth like this. And I'll never forget, after 4 months in this thing, I went to Dr. Bennett and I said, I got to get out of this because I'm going crazy. Can you take it off? He says, I can't take it off yet. I said, do you have anybody that drives with this? He says, I got a lot of idiots out there driving with it without my permission. I said, guess what? I went and got my car that day. You haven't lived till you pull up at a red light with this bad boy on, man. You got to fight for your right to be the best. I don't care what it is you're going through, what your challenges are. If you're willing to go through the process, you can get what it is that you want. You can be what it is that you want to become. You can do whatever it is you want to do. Well, the first thing I think you got to do is this. I think that you have to reignite your purpose. And part of reigniting your purpose is through your will. Because again, I believe where there's a will, there's a way. You know, Webster defines will. It's like a mental state of being by which one makes a decision and a choice relative to a certain course of action, fueled by passion, power, and deliberate intention. Well, my question to you is, what are your intentions as you attend this conference? Hopefully it's to go back better than you were when you came. It's funny because perspective is a very powerful thing. Can I get you to roll this slide for me? James has a slide back there. And we talk about change. And that. Now, this is in Ghana. A friend of mine lives in Ghana and works in the Peace Corps. And this is housing in Ghana. Take a look at the housing. This is where people actually live. And the women of Ghana go down to the river each day. And they place water in buckets on their heads. And they march back to these villages. They march back to these little villages here. And they actually boil their water so they can have water to wash their clothes for drinking water and to bathe in. And then some of us, we have a hard time. And I say, well, it's all a matter of how you look at it. There's the bathroom, that little one right there, right? That's a little bit different than what most of us use at the break, isn't it? But it's all a matter of perspective. Half the world can't figure out how to eat tonight. And then we're worried about some of the things. Well, do we have enough resources? I'm telling you, you've got everything right now that you need within this room and this organization to be successful. How many of you feel that way? Absolutely. It all depends upon how we look at it. And my next point, reignite your purpose every day. Because sometimes we can get a little worn down by the day-to-day rigors of our jobs and not realize and keep our eye on the bigger picture. The point is the mechanics of dreaming, planting a seed and seeing the vision come true. But you got to be willing to go through the process. Let me ask you a question. Why would a mother carry a baby for 9 months and go through the painful, all the woman goes through to have a baby? Nurture it, pull it along, and go through all of it, and then sometimes risk her life to deliver that baby. Why would a woman do that? Can anybody tell me? Everybody say big picture. 1, 2, 3. She focuses on the big picture, holding that baby, watching it grow up, nurturing that baby. That big picture allows her to go through all the pain and all the uncomfortable feelings that she goes through to deliver it. Why would a movie studio invest millions of dollars in a running film and making tape and writing scripts and editing? Because of the what? The big